Because before this generation of ours, the generation before us were law-abiding. They believe in the rule of law. And we notice, because the essence of constitutional democracy is the enforcement of rule of law. We are taught that if you have any dispute with your neighbor, your friends, or anybody, the best thing to do, the best option is to go to court. We were shocked that all the judgment that we had had up to date, nobody had come to enforce them. And that was what the generation before us handed over to us.
What was the recent judgment? Any recent one?
No recent one. No, all these things were the things that the generation before us handed over to us, which, when we came on board, we did a chronological analysis of all of these things, and we said, no, we cannot afford to hand over this rubbish to the generation after us. And that is the essence of the Deghele declaration.
Now, this declaration, if you attack the Jaws and perhaps you want development to come, how do you think development will come? If people
nobody has said
the place is
nobody has said we are going to attack anybody.
But you heard the Jaws there.
Yes, I was shocked, because it seems because when they reacted in the manner in which they are reacted, it shows that they have something that they are afraid of. We just made our declarations. We did not call anybody's name. We did not say it is the federal government. We did not say it is the IOC. We did not say it is his job. We did not say it is anybody. But surprisingly, I'm coming place. Surprisingly, they just woke up. Then there is something that they are doing that they are afraid of.
Which is?
There is some level of injustices that is going on in their mind that they are not comfortable with. Otherwise, in this declaration, as you have seen, of course, you have a copy there, we did not mention anybody's name.
But
so how did they zero it down to say that the declaration, the Deghele declaration, is about the Jaws?
You talked about a particular piece of land and several pieces of land between about 3 states in that region. Tell us more about it.
The pieces of land that we talked about.
Does it belong to you?
Yes, it does belong to us. Those pieces of land, we have several court judgments. Like if you go to the copy of the Deghele declaration, we said all lands that are given to us by court of competent jurisdictions in this country, they are ours. And the ones too that are taken from us, and we are ready to respect whichever one is given to anybody. The question now is this: it's not as if we are not accommodative. It's not as if we are asking people not to stay around us and all that. The issue is this: we want to know the status of whosoever is living around us. In Warri, there we have Hausa squatter. Are they not living peacefully there? But they know their status. Do I come to Lagos now? We have Itsekitis in Lagos. We have Itsekitis in Kano. We have Itsekitis in Lagos. What is your status in that environment that you are living in? You must be able to know your status, not to come to an environment that is not yours and lord it over the aboriginal element of that place. Can you do that and you do not expect reactions?
I thought you were preaching one Nigeria.
Yes, of course. We are preaching one Nigeria to the extent in accordance with rule of law. Because it is only when you have rule of law that there will be no arbitrariness. It is when you have arbitrariness that you have anarchy.
Has there been any meeting between both groups where you have noted this and said, look, this is what is going on and we don't think this is right, so we think you should address it before you issue the declaration?
The declaration was not targeted to them.
Yeah, but if you say you're going to take over...
No. The declaration, our land, we know before the amalgamation of 1914. And of course, from 1914 to 1954, when Midwestern region was created, the document as per the legal owners of those lands, they were all in our favor. As at when, in 1963, when Midwestern region was created, the document as to the ownership of that land, Okere was in our favor. When you take it again to 1976, when Benin State was created, all of those areas, they were named Okere. So, where did the twist from which Okere suddenly became Okere?
But you know, we have a boundary commission that can look into this matter and sort it out, and everybody will say, well, yes, that's the relevant authority. If they've spoken, nobody can go against it, I think. That
is what I said, that the only way out is when there is rule of law and the enforcement of rule of law.
So do you think is that right to go ahead and release that declaration without having gone through the Boundary Commission, so that you know that you exhausted all of those?
What the Boundary Commission and the judiciary, which one is more significant in this age?
So you say there's a judgment that has...
Yes, there are several judgments, not in one particular area. On 2-3 areas, there are court judgment of judgment pronouncement from court of competent jurisdiction in this country to our favor.
This looks like a volatile situation, because we did hear the Ijaw man there say that they've been living in this area, they've been living on those lands, and you are coming to claim ownership. How do you begin to have a communication that is non-violent just to try to solve this issue once and for all?
The issue is this: if they've been living in the land, I have told you before that we have Hausa quarters in Warri. I've also told you we have Igbo quarter in Warri. What is your status in that place? If you understand your status in that place, and you mutually appreciate it and respect others in line with that status, there will be no issues. But a situation where you know quite well that this parcel of this property does not belong to you, even if you have lived there several years, it does not belong to you, then you want to claim ownership of it, then who is inviting anarchy?
So in practical terms, what does this mean if you say they should know their status? Is it that the resources or whatever benefits accrue to them, they shouldn't receive it from anybody else, and they should let it go?
Yes, that is how it ought to be. The royalties accruable derivable from the IOCs, etc. Those are the issues.
So is it that the IOCs don't know that they shouldn't pay to them, and they should pay to who?
The IOCs have been honoring us. The IOC. These are the issues. These are where the contradictions is.
Okay.
Now the IOCs, in line with these court judgments, they've been honoring Shekiris, paying those royalty to the Shekiris. How come now, if you are the owners of the land, that the oil companies, the IOCs are paying the royalty to the Shekiris and they don't pay them to you? I don't know how you understand what I'm saying.
So if they are paying to you, what's the bone of contention?
The issue now is about the Maritime University, the National Maritime University.
In Guatemala?
Yes, the National Maritime University in Okeregigo. Now, the legal name of that environment is Okeregigo. So if it is Okeregigo and it is named after Okeregigo, of course there will be no issue.
Well, it's named after
the university is for the development of the entire area, so everybody will naturally welcomes it. But the situation where you want to superimpose a name that is not known to law on a name that is known to law, it's an invitation for crisis.
Okay, let's go to break. We'll come back and get your concluding thoughts in just a moment. Do join us again. Welcome back to Sunrise. The concluding moments now. Well, this is a very sensitive and dicey situation. So, because people want development, which is what you said, that development needs to come to the region. In order to sort this out, well, what if people then say, or whichever relevant authority say, well, if this is about the land or the Maritime University, if they call both parties together and say, look, we need to sort this out. Whatever proceeds, we'll recognize the legal name and share the proceeds so that development can come to the region above all. Will that solve anything?
I feel exactly. The legal name. The issue at stake here is the legal name. Will the federal government of Nigeria recognizes that this is the position of the law and do otherwise? These are the issues.
But this matter is before National Assembly, isn't it?
Yes, it did. That was part of what led to it. Now it's before the National Assembly, the Senate, to her greatest surprise, to the amazement of everybody, passed that illegal name. Passed the bill carrying the illegal name.
So you want a reversal of that name?
Of course. That's the essence of what we are doing.
What's the appropriate name?
Okeregigo. Okeregigo.
This Deghele declaration that you're talking about, it does seem to me that it has got a lot of potential for chaos in it when you finally bring it out in August.
It depends on the perspective from which you are looking at it. Now, I have told you that the Deghele declaration is a reflection of the totality of what we have gone through as an ethnic nation in Nigeria, and how we intend to go about addressing them. Because, as you can see all over the country, and everybody is taking stock. We did not know that this was the kind of marriage that they were bringing us into as at 1914. That a marriage where they will continue to milk us. If when we have oil, we are the highest, Shekiri's nationality is the highest producer of oil and gas in Delta State. The second largest in Nigeria. So if when we are producing this oil, this much oil, nobody is bringing development to our area. They continue to make us, continue to take our development, our money to develop other areas. Is it when we no longer have oil?
Let's wind down with this. I mean, are you optimistic that the intervention of the governor will bring solution to this matter?
Of course, if they come with justice, of course, definitely it's going to bring about the resolution of the issue. But if they continue in their old ways, it will be very unfortunate.
Well, we've got Comrade Agbatanyiniro Waimi, who is the president of Shekiri National Youth Council. Thank you for coming on this morning. And we also like to say we did reach out to Chief Michael Jenny, former chairman, Egbaramatu Community Development Foundation, and he was not able to make it. We'll be back next week. We thank you all for watching. No. Did I say next week?
Tomorrow, actually. It's not your weekend. All right. Thank you for your tweets. So many information coming through on our platforms. Many thanks for sending them. I'm Gimba Umaru.
Next week, where's Chamberlain going to?
I can't believe that.
Well, we'll be here tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maukwe Ogun, and thank you for your contributions as well.